Hello everyone, this is Skarious Sethronis, and today I want to run more trains. First I think I'll have another look around the harbor, in case there's any demonstrators here that I've somehow missed on the last 5 times I did this. Hey, it might happen, you never know. It's a big place. Lots of places to stash something broken. And I doubt that I've seen everything here. Like, for example, I definitely have not been inside the military bases. Might be some locomotives in there. Okay then, that's probably an unused spawn point. Saw a map of them at one point. Of the spawn points, I mean. I like how this road is just sitting on top of the just hovering above the ground. Clearly they didn't intend for you to get close enough to see this. Thus far, all the spawn points seem to be close enough that re-railing it as reasonable cost. You're not yanking it from, oh, I don't know, a couple football fields away from the tracks. Like that, for example. There's the DE6 slug, but the locomotive that was attached to it is gone. I'll just clear that, send it back to its default spawn point. If there's rails and homes out this far, might be an engine out this far too. think out here is too far. But again, you never know. And I know that under these covers here is one of the spawn points. Because on another save I found a DE6 there. Alright then, let's decide what to take. Some locomotives in places they didn't expect in cities south. I probably used them as shunters at some point. Possible. Possible. Let me see what licenses I have. I don't have the dispatcher license, nor do I want it. Could take hazmat or military. That one's possible. Rather not do shunting. Now, I don't go to the farm very often, so I might take that one. Rather not do logistical haul. Destination was that sawmill. Call power plants. think I'll take this one. After a good night's rest. E70. Which of you is E70? I assume this is the E yard. It is. And this is the next train over. Interesting. Okay then, well, I don't want to deal with moving the caboose around. AC went out this morning and I don't have much patience. Yes, we did get it back, but I'm still cooling down. So instead, how's the water in that side glass? Needs more. Needs a lot more. There basically isn't a fire. Alright then. Coal full. Yeah, turn on the blower. The pressure is up. We will turn down the water. Leave it at minimum injection. Open the regulator. And I would like to get moving, please. Brakes on? I think the handbrake on. I did. While this is a tank engine, I would rather be facing the instruments for a long haul. Am I slowing down at all? Is it lower? Turn that down. Turn off the water. Was the train brake not cut in? Is that what the problem was? All right, come on. Pressure in the steam chest is rather high. Why are we not moving? Which of these is E7? Doesn't matter because I need to turn away. Bro, that was too. Not. This is way too much speed. Turn off the regulator, let it run entirely out of the steam chest. Okay, so that does work for dumping the brakes, that's good. It's good to know. I forgot to fill the oil cups. I need to get this turned around and I want to service it anyway. That is some water. I don't know if it's enough. Stamp that fire. Don't need all that much steam. Not yet anyway. Come on, places to be, places to be. Didn't even hear that sloshing. Oh. And we'll move that Johnson bar till it is straight vertical. Open the regulator a little bit again. Release the brakes. the cylinder cocks. Alright, got pressure in the chest, reversers forward, brakes are off, why are we not moving? Phew, that was close. Turn it around, and we will refill on coal and water. Mostly water. We should have plenty of coal. We don't use coal that quickly, but we do use water. Alright. Brakes off. Press it forward. Swing this around and see what we can get. Okay, move it forward a little bit again. A bit more. Move, please. Still misaligned. There we go. Yes, yes, receipt, who cares? Now then. Close. Let's move it forward. Huh? Brakes. Alright, the brakes are all off this time. What more do you want? Now then, we want this aligns to E7 outbound, so row, it's E6, this one's E7. Yeah. Again? Andromeda, please tell me you're joking. I'm not even at the 7,500 threshold. Oh. I see the problem. The capture on my OBS got disabled somehow. I really don't know how that happened. I mean, yes, I've been recording some other stuff, but I was pretty sure I didn't turn off this capture, so yep. I mean, it's been half an hour, but I'm gonna have to add a comment to that in the description. Move. Oh, I'm sorry. If the silly thing would move earlier in this truck, I wouldn't have to slam into it. It's not my fault. Yeah. Gonna have to add a VOD note too. People, if you don't, skip to 30 minutes into the VOD if you want to see something other than me screaming into the void. Alright, let's get moving. And add 1 notch of injector. Come on. Come on. Oh, oops. I forgot something rather important. First, the hole needs coal. Second, I need to buckle to the caboose. I need to buckle to the caboose. Open that. This. Alright. Reverser to neutral. Once again, it's trying to understand all those people who buy a $200 control stand for these games. You don't need so much of the diesel with the steam locomotive when there's 15 positions, and that's just in reverse. You kind of need to be able to easily center it. Alright. Brake pressure's coming back up. Come on, my steam chest is full. Let's move. Please? Alright. What's the problem? Ah, no wonder the Reverend Audrey saw these things as alive. They are extremely finicky. Alright, regulator's wide open. Plenty of steam, plenty of boiler pressure. 800 degrees from the fire, that's not bad. Damper is open. Blower is on. Not using sand, don't need it, I'm not wheel slipping. Steam chest has plenty of pressure. The brakes are off. Oh, I bet you the handbrake is on the caboose. And I probably left one of the handbrakes on here too. Yep. Handbrakes always get me. This also might be one of the cases of a steam engine being able to pull more than it can start. But plenty of pressure. That's all the way open. I need more water than that. I'm going to need a helper, aren't I? Put that at about halfway. Steam trains only ever have one amount of torque. It's either it's a binary, either yes or no. Either it's applying torque or it isn't. Diesel electrics, on the other hand, ha ha ha. I take it Wednesday's your next day off. That or your next payday, either or. All right then. Brakes off. Reverser forward. That's off. Handbrake is off. I don't care about the brake cut in. Let's get this party started. I'm pushing against a brake. I can hear it. What is going on? Where's the brake indicator? Okay, it has pressure, but also... What? Okay, the handbrake is all the way off. All right, that's empty. All right. Brake isn't coming off. Alright, emergency. Service. Lap. Release. Alright, angle cock is closed. Angle cock is open, angle cock is open. What on God's green earth is going on? Where's the brake bleed? This is known to happen very rarely. It's the first time this has happened to me. Sometimes the brakes just don't work right, and you have to go through and manually bleed them all. I'm not getting a lot of brake pressure in there. It could be because the brakes are all hard on, but we'll open that one. Open that one. It probably doesn't help that I'm not actually running this on Windows, and this is a Windows-only game. Running it on Linux under Steam's Photon. It's for real life. I'd be asking if there was a leak in the pipe or something, but we don't have those in this game. Bleed valve is on this side. Get me out from under. It's a very dangerous place to be. Okay, we open this, the air will dump. It'll effectively go into emergency. I open that. The air should oh. Right. This is a steam engine. Yeah. Cab lights on. Brake pressure is rising. Brakes are disengaging. All right then. There we go. Leave that open. Need to check the... Yep. Meant to do this before starting out. And folks, if you ever wondered why railroads abandon steam, this is it. These things are mechanically simple, but they are also a pain to maintain. And startup for a steam engine can be like 5 hours, and startup for a diesel is more like 5 minutes. Still not quite as simple as turning on your car and just being ready to go immediately, but it's a lot closer. Now then, turn off the brakes. Hold for the hole. It'll turn off that injector entirely. We've got plenty of water in there. Losing steam only during a chuffing event. I see they fixed that. Let's get moving. And Thundercocks. Clean out a little bit of water. Yeah, binging is about how I felt when I first bought this game. And my first ever session was played on stream. Now we don't need all that much power. 2 should be plenty. We don't need to go, we don't want to go past 40 until we leave the yard. That's sloshing, I hear. Can't tell. At least the headlights are on. Turn off the blower now too, we're moving a decent clip. Don't have much in the way of steam pressure, but that's slowly going up. No, I don't want to see that. Alright. Build some steam pressure. Oh dear, is this too much train? Let's have a look at the manual. 1,000 tons, what's this? $480 tons. I shouldn't be struggling like this. Got 12 bar, plenty of water, and lots of fire. Reverser is all the way forward. I appear to be using sand. Let's turn that off. Brakes are off, right? That needle is slowly going up. Oh, there's still another position on the Johnson bar. Get that lower back on. Plenty of steam pressure. We're moving, but barely. Minus 1.7. It's only a 500-pound train. I should not be having that. I should not be having this much trouble. Oh, that's the 282. Oops. I'm over tonnage. Oops. Okay then. Hooray for rescues. Now, normally, you would want to couple this in, but this thing... screw it. Put that in, open, open, toward the locomotive. Brakes are cut out and should remain that way. Brakes are off. These are malfunction. And let's hit the throttle. One, two. Two. Apparently didn't need all that much assistance, just needed some. Well, everything seems to be going well here. Go back to the other needy thing. Yeah, do not ever let this thing get above 1000 RPM. It'll break. Turn the throttle down 1 notch. Why do they even have that notch of it? Yeah. Uh-oh. Tachometer is decreasing. That means we're slowing down. Did I want to turn right? It's good enough. All right. 3, 2. We will keep pushing. We'll lower that. Raise it to 3, 3, and as long as we don't go above 67 kph, when this thing's speedometer only goes up to 60, we shouldn't have any problems. Yeah, let's start a little bit of water in there. Go back on the Johnson bar. We will use less steam. Steam pressure is dropping. Undercocked a little bit. Alright. What's happening back here? That is way too high. This is not an ideal helper locomotive. If this thing goes over 67 miles per hour, even in full gear, it's going to shred itself. And that's not if it reaches that under its own power. That's just in general. You cannot disconnect the motor from. You cannot disconnect the engine from the wheels. Wonder what happened. And while it's moving, you cannot put the reverser even into neutral. What I should have done was go grab my DH4. Especially since I could run it as distributed power with the locomotive remote. Oh my. Let's get that water back up. Ah, without steam, a steam loco is a nice roadblock. Yeah, it is. Come on, come on. Please don't make me stop to build steam pressure. Pull back on that Johnson bar, see if we can get that. Come on. Please build water faster. Those of you new here, welcome. Currently I'm trying to pull a train to the farm. I don't have any real goal in mind, just beyond just making money. I would like to find a nice S282 to restore, but haven't found it yet. Steam pressure is still dropping. Fire's starting to go out too. Come on, pull. Pull. Switch is set left. Pull for hold. Alright, won't turn that off, but we'll set it back to 1. Maybe that'll let us build more pressure. Come on, go up. Needs at least 4 bar to move. We're sitting on what, 5.2 thereabouts. Goes at Johnson bar even further. We're running mostly on the power from that DM3 back there. I hope it's doing fine. Come on, pressure, come back up. How are you doing on heat? Yeah. Move the throttle back 1 notch, get it out of the danger zone. Oh yeah, I forgot about you. Do you want some attention? Don't you backtalk me. I let go of you. I'm done with you. Oh, you got your pull. Alright, we must be going downhill now. How's the water in the glass? Doing fine. Where's the damper? There it is. It is all the way open. We are using steam, so it's not gonna get to where I want it, but in shunting operations, it's... Okay, that is perfectly straight up and down. So the locomotive is, for now, dead weight. Come on, build. Let's turn off the blower. We're going 60. Yeah, on the other hand, there's no vacuum pressure from the steam, so... Come on. We can start hitting brakes about now. Service. Lap. Not for the sake of this train, but for the sake of, not blowing that, nice helper back there. When it was so nice and came to our rescue for free. Alright, you, throttle off. Should be going downhill, or if not, at least level. So we don't need you right now. It says 60. That's about the speed we're going. Come on, build pressure faster. Yeah, we'll turn right here. It says 50. Enough. Take the next right, and then the next left. Not that I'll remember the left by the time we get there. Oh goody, going downhill. All right. We can open the Johnson bar now. back on that Johnson bar. And pull back again. I do not want... I don't want to go beyond the limits of this thing's speedometer, because I don't want to burn apart Mavis back there. Okay, did I leave the farm last? Because I don't normally do this. 50 to the left. Get a nice service application in there. That's not dropping as quick as I'd like. There we go. Put the Johnson bar in neutral, damp the fire. Uh-oh. I know that sound. Not a pleasant sound. Those were impending derail noises. And I would very much like to stay on the rails. Ooh, I need to charge my mouse. Signaling critically low. We will stop the train. I don't know where we're going for this. And I need time to consult. So, where are we going? B2I. Now then, both those are the farm, but I don't know the layout. So that is B, B4, B3, B2. Incoming is this one. Good thing I stopped the train. Oh yeah, this is where I found the this is where no, that's where I found it in my personal save file. Oh well. No need to apologize, Andromeda. Welcome back. There's that fire again. All right. Switch. Throttle's all the way open. Brakes off. Start moving. All right. You align left. You remain aligned left. Oh, no, 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 no. That's the B yard. I want this one. You align right. We'll just throw that all the way forward. still hearing water in those cylinder cocks. It's only getting louder. I must be misinterpreting something. Oh well, come on. Oh, we're going into a station. I can let the fire run out. Alright. Reverser to straight up and down. Throttle off, we don't need it anymore. Yes, yes, pressure in the chest can run out, I don't care. Thank you for your assistance, Mavis. You've done good. Alright then. Dump the air. Let's open the reverser again. Now we leave that on a trickle. Damp the fire. Have to detach before I can turn it in. That's kind of, I think that, they showed up on my YouTube recommended feed, a couple months ago. Not not official Thomas the Tank Engine stuff, but fan content. And after watching those for a while, I started getting videos from this YouTuber called Heis. And he was doing Derail Valley stuff and mixing it in with his own experience working on railroads. And that got me excited to buy this game and got me back into my train obsession again. My interests go in cycles, and right now I'm back in my train phase. Alright, where's the station? No, station house, station office, whatever they call it. No, I don't want the food factory. Farm factory, there we go. Okay, so if it's not on this side of the B yard, that it means it's on this side of the B yard. Here we go. Into the validator with you. $40,000 for that almost disaster. Ah. Well. I'll say that the crashes are always the most entertaining part, but that doesn't mean there's not any entertainment in just watching a master at work. Or watching someone who isn't a master desperately try to avoid a crash, because that can be entertaining at times too. Well, not at times. I'd argue it's even more entertaining than the actual crashes, just watching someone panic. Exactly. Okay, so we have one actual freight haul, and everything else is either shunting or moving empty stuff. Flour to the harbor, train mass of 500. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Well, I haven't played the Snow Runner or ATS. I don't even know what ATS stands for. So I wouldn't know. But with all the mods, I'm excited to try them out uh, once I've finished restoring all the locomotives here. Ah, right, American Truck Simulator as opposed to the European one. Okay. Now then, let's have a look about for any distressed rusty locomotives. Ah. I can't say I've ever played Euro Truck Simulator, but I've seen some YouTube videos and I've seen some streams, and depending on who's playing it, it's either the kind of boring but you can appreciate the mastery, um, constant attempts to not screw up, which is always entertaining, or and I saw one from the Spiffing Brit that made me laugh because he didn't ever. I think he pulled one low to begin with, and then use the money to hire other people to do it from then on. And it just made me laugh because that's not the sort of thing you're meant to do in the game. And yes, I know his whole shtick is doing stuff you're not meant to do, but he was still getting goods hauled. He just never did it himself. So there weren't even any glitches being exploited or anything like that. It was all just using intended mechanics as intended to create an unintended result, and I do not see any distressed locomotives to rescue. I was playing, I think it was yesterday, and there was a dead S282, like on this very track here. I had to re-rail it right behind a long arse train to be taken somewhere else. Oh. The thing about playing this game is that you'll find pretty quick that the map forces you to pay enough attention on the locomotives that you can't really afford to slack off. Even if you're running a diesel, you can never take your eyes off the railroad for too long, because you'll have to hit the brakes. So it might have staying power that way. We'll have to see. Nope, no locomotives in distress. Not even a rusty scrap pile. And I cannot stop yawning. What is going on? No, there's only one of each locomotive to be restored. The lore behind it is that the ones that you restore are demonstrators, ones that were sold to the transit authority before well, not sold, but given for free as demonstrators to try out, and then let the Transit Authority decide if they wanted to commit to a full purchase order for several of them. But the country went into a deep economic recession, and the Rail Authority Museum, which is what had received all of the demonstrators, basically went insolvent, and no one had the money to pay for those locomotives to be scrapped after they fell into disrepair. Now they're just barely climbing their way out of it. And once you get far enough into the game, you're expected to purchase the museum and then start hauling those locomotives home, back to the museum and restoring them yourself. There's only one of each, but with this comms radio thing, you can spawn your demonstrators to help out. Like this DM3 here, there is no other DM3 that I can spawn in on demand. It is just this one. If I need it somewhere else, I can spawn it somewhere else. But I cannot ever have two spawnable ones in reserve. It's just Mavis here. I know that you saw the other DM3 here. So on this track, no. This one. This one is not owned by me or by you, the player. This one is owned by the Transit Authority, the railroad company, whose track you're using and whose jobs you are running. And there's a random number of these, and by random I mean they just spawn in when you get close enough, but which locomotive is chosen at random. Yes. These we get fees for using. As long as you don't do any damage, you can service them yourself for half the price, or you can just pay out a career manager and have all that taken care of for you. Although it is twice the cost, there is reason to do it because you don't have to drag it all the way to a service center. Whereas with these, since they aren't owned by the Transit Authority, they won't do any of it for you, so you're forced to do it all yourself. But in exchange, you can spawn them in wherever you want. Sorry about that. Had to burp. I'm on the easiest difficulty right now, so there is no cost for doing so. But if you go up to the normal difficulty, it's about 1,500 to spawn in a locomotive, 1,000 to spawn in the caboose, and then if you go up to realistic, it's more like 5,000. So you still can do what I did at the start of this run. It'll just cost you. It is certainly a lot more convenient. Excuse me. Oh. It's like, yeah, I get why the harder difficulty would charge you, to encourage you to play it more like a real railroad. But at the same time, if I wanted to run it like a real railroad on the lower difficulties, I could still do that. I'm not forced to. I wasn't forced to spawn in a normal helper. I could have tied down the train and run back to the harbor for a helper. I just chose to spawn in one of my own because I could. Because I didn't want to do that. And Okay, 4 jaw-cracking yawns in the space of 5 minutes. I probably shouldn't be streaming anymore. And it's only 2:30 p.m. for me. I know I get a number of European viewers because of the time that I stream. And I chose this time slot for a reason. It's underserved here in the US. But if I'm yawning this much, I probably shouldn't be trying to, you know, play to an audience. So I think I'll end stream earlier. I think I'll end stream earlier for today. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching, though. Thank you very much for watching. So it's a lot more engagement than I usually get. Um, I probably won't be streaming tomorrow, but if you feel like coming back, I'll be streaming Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so I can see all of you then. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you can find someone else. Outros are hard. Goodbye.